start with a Texas guy right off the bat then, because I think
incredible.
he is projected by most people as the first running back off the board, and right now it is round 2, 47th overall. So what we'll do here is we'll give you where they're projected to go in the draft.
I like that.
And then we'll say if you think they're better than that, they deserve to be drafted higher than that, or lower than that. We're not going to give you the cop-out of that's about right.
Okay.
I think we're taking that off the table.
We are? Okay.
Yeah, you can't just go, I think it's about right.
That's about right.
And even if it is about right, you have to say higher or lower. And then we'll grade you on that.
Okay.
So Jonathon Brooks, Texas, 6 feet, 216 pounds, 20 years old. We have a photo of him, so let's just give the homies a look at him maybe this was a photo of him at his senior high school. Oh, this is his senior high school game log. Oh, okay. So he was a high school legend. So I'm seeing a 310-yard rushing game, and then he follows that up with a 215-yard game, so big drop-off.
Look at the end. He has 500,
Oh my
202,
God.
304, 305.
So against Lorena, they beat him 61-48, and he had 501 yards. He had 9 touchdowns in that game. How is that even possible?
We did at the combine. I questioned him and I said, "Who are you playing? Like, I don't know about this." Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know who they're playing, and that's where it could be a little crazy at high school. You could have an NFL player playing against a really poor level of high school football in a certain area of the country, and all of a sudden it's like, wait, is this the greatest player I've ever seen in my life?
So they retired his jersey, 25, because they're just like, no one's ever going to run for 500 yards again, and no one's ever wearing the number 25 jersey at Hallettsville, Texas high school ever again. So those are the stats of what he did in high school. But this is college, and we're talking about the NFL here. So you looked at the tape. What'd you think of Jonathon Brooks?
Yeah, I mean, I like Jonathon Brooks. I do. Now, am I sitting here going to go, again, we're not talking about first-round talent or a guy that's going to blow you away that way, right? But you talk about a guy, again, 6 foot, 216, got some strength, right? Certainly has breakaway speed, has pretty good feet to go along with it, right? Vision's not bad. Right? So, I mean, I think the big thing with Jonathon Brooks is it's good in all areas, let alone he does have big playability. But I'm not going to say, I think the thing that I look at is what's the thing he's elite at, right? And I don't know if there's one thing that I go, ooh, that's really special, or what he does there, right? Has good, good feet to kind of find a hole, redirect in the hole in between the tackles and do all that, but also not the kind of good feet that you always see him break ankles or make people miss in the open field, right? That would be the other thing too. He can do that, but are there some runs? Are there a lot of runs where I go, whoa, there's a lot of space? This is going to be awesome. Watch out. Oh, he got tackled for a 15-yard gain, right? And I'm going, damn, it's him against the safety one-on-one, and I'm expecting here we go for a 50 or a 60 after I make this guy miss. So that's where, let alone, it's not a lot of make guys miss, break ankles, or run over people or break tackles that way either. If there's a hole there to be had, he has the speed to capitalize on that for sure, right? But as I'll say with a lot of these guys, you're going to hear me today, I'm going to go, they don't do a ton on their own. What's there to be had, they do it. If they're straight enough fast to take advantage of that, okay, that's cool. But there's very few of them where I go, ooh, there wasn't much there, and he still got 7, or he should have got 2 and he got 12, right? And that was my big problem with all these guys. Speed is good, but I don't think it's special. Power, the same thing. It's good, but I think, it's solid. It's not special. Doesn't break many tackles, doesn't run people over, doesn't push the pile, which I'm a big one into too. Nothing there. Put your head down, smash it in there, move the pile, make it 2nd and 7. Don't dance and sit there and then make it 2nd and 10. And those were kind of my issues and good things about Jonathon Brooks.
So he has often been compared to Jamal Charles.
Yeah.
And Lance Erline on NFL.com says the comparison of Brooks to former Longhorn Jamal Charles might feel lazy to some, but he has similar size and traits as a runner. And I will say to you, I didn't see Jamal Charles.
You mean you didn't see the guy who averaged over 5.3 yards for his career in the NFL and had 4 rockets up his ass and was one of the biggest home run hitters in the history of the NFL? You didn't see that? I'm really surprised, because this is late second, early third round player we're talking about. I thought you were going to see that with that guy.
And I like, as you say, that does the player a disservice, right? To have that expectation on him, and then you see him play, and you're like, well, what happened? You're supposed to be Jamal Charles. And I'm kind of curious to do this because you haven't shared your opinions with me, and normally I see your rankings coming in here. And so me, novice film guy, watcher guy, has an opinion, and I go, I don't think he's the best running back that I watched out of this group. I don't think he's number one.
I would agree with you.
Okay.
I'm interested in who you're going to be your number one.
Okay,
I like this
all right.
film guy, watcher guy.
All right, so here we go. 47th overall.
Yeah.
You're on the clock.
Right.
You taking him here? Actually, 46, because you can't take him at 47. That would be right where he is. No.
I'm going lower.
You're going lower.
I'm going lower. I feel like that teams will start to think about him in this range, right? But I think it's going to come down to, wait, he's not that great, and some of the guys we got here that are left on the board, there's a significant drop again in like, oh, it's D tackles, right? We need the D tackle because there's a big drop here or whatever else, right? So that's where, there'll be a lot of thought. Brooks will be on the top of the board, I'm going to say, or towards the top of the board with a lot of teams when you get in this area, but I'm going to say it's lower and that he ends up somewhere in the 60s, maybe late second, very early third round. Yo, homies, what's up? I know it's the offseason, but it's never the offseason on Chris Simms Unbuttoned. Me and Ahmed Fareed are going to be here for it all. We got free agency. We're going to break it all down. The draft, the rankings of positions. Of course, we're going to unpack it all. Hit subscribe, get to my free agency reactions, 2024 draft rankings, and more. Thanks again for watching. Peace out, homies. See you soon.